Alright, so thought I would do something a little different today. Um, it's a good time for me to document progress on my homestead, where things are at the end of the year, and also to fuck around with my drone. So I thought I would make kind of an in-depth and nerdy video of our homestead. So right now, the area that I'm hovering over is the blueberry area. You can see those rows that are recently sheet mulched. Those are blueberries. Moving forward, this is the forest garden area. I still don't really know how to fly this thing, so as you can see, it's like mostly wild, and I'm just slowly pushing back the wild invasive stuff and planting my own stuff. So right here is the forest garden area. This is like basically the model forest garden. This area I'm coming up on right now is freshly planted stuff. It's a couple pawpaws over here, baby pawpaws over in the corner to the right, a couple buffalo berries, and then to the left, apple trees, and I'll probably plant more chestnuts in there. As you can see right here, these are Jerusalem artichokes. They're, I didn't plant these, the chipmunks did. I had another pawpaw. Oh, what else is over here? Over here is also stinging nettle, marshmallow, some honeyberries down there. The dominant ground cover in most of the forest garden is strawberries. So this whole row has strawberries on the ground, but also mint over here. Mint, mint, mint everywhere. This is a peach tree. Lots of mint all over the ground. Nasturtium, an edible flower, kind of tastes like arugula. Behind that, horseradish. All along this little row over here, there's ground nuts planted. I'm not sure you can see them from this angle. Moving down the forest garden, a little apple tree right there. In here, I planted a little area of yellowhorn nuts, maybe 7 yellowhorn nuts in there, but I don't think any of them survived. Got some squash going crazy over here. Some tomatoes, some currant tomatoes. I'll never plant those again. Fuck that plant. Down here, next to the apple, we got spice bush. Couple plants of spice bush over here. It's kind of a native allspice. What else over here? Ooh, okay, moving in a little more. Got a big seaberry bush right there. All underneath it is borage. Those little blue flowers. Nice plant. Let's see what next to it. Oh, all around the seaberry, you'll see we've got these little green turnip leaves. There's more of them over here. More of them over here. That's it's called the wild homesteaders. I don't even know if homestead. Wild. It's basically a wild broccoli. It's kind of like Turkish rocket, but it's a feral turnip that went wild that the Experimental Farm Network discovered. Over here is this big raspberry area over here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all this. I might keep it the way it is. There's my greenhouse, my barn, some nursery plants, perennial kale, lovage, skirt in there. Down there is comfrey. I got too much comfrey. I need to get rid of a bunch of it. There's some Turkish rocket. Lots of Turkish rocket growing in our yard. Another incredible plant. In here, I got jujube growing amongst currant tomatoes. It's not fucking working out. Some of these things don't work out. Then you'll see these little stakes all over. These are where I've planted baby pawpaws. I don't know if I can get close enough to see them, but there's baby pawpaws all over the yard. I've probably got, I don't even know, over a dozen, maybe more. We'll see how many survive. But that's the forest garden area. It's, you know, apple trees, pear trees, plum, another peach, you know, mixed between all this stuff, just various perennial vegetables, kale, oregano, just tons of shit. It's a baby mulberry. That's our old fireplace. That's our new fireplace over there. Over here, I was growing a bunch of shit over here, but not anymore. I'm just gonna sheet mulch it this year and figure out something for next year. In that pot is a bunch of hazelnuts. This is a medlar tree, very cool tree. Makes a weird fruit. It's kind of like a rose, but it's a tree. You know, some sorrel, diastania, like a perennial broccoli. This is where our cold frames were, over here. But we're not using them anymore because voles were shitting in there. And so, again, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with all this over here. This area is, looks like just sunflowers, but there's different beans growing up the sunflowers. So you can see lots of beans over there. Very cool. Planted kiwi over here, but I'm not sure that they survived. We'll see. Oh, looks like someone 9/11 one of those sunflowers. More power to them. There's our pond. I want to put a waterfall, a solar waterfall over there to help clean it up and maybe swap out those cattails for some different plants. Let's see, where else? Over here, these are tomato patches. They're kind of at the end. I've stopped watering everything. I'm just going to kind of let it do its thing. There's an apple tree. It's very big. Over here are the annual beds. Some wood we need to chop. Mostly, you know, you can see the bottom right. That's all kale and collards. And then next to that is fucking... Oh, mustard greens, and then in front of the mustard greens, tune tree. I don't know if you can see those little trees down there. Tune tree is like an edible tree with leaves that kind of taste like onions. This udo over here, kind of growing into this Nanking cherry bush. I've got a couple more Nanking cherry bushes. Probably just gonna do a whole row of hazelnuts here, but I've kind of let everything go, and I'm just got some ground nuts over here, this thing called oyster root or scarzonera or something. Again, all this shit's overgrown now. We was growing potatoes over here, picked them. More kale, another tomato patch. I don't know. I don't even know if this video is like helpful for people to watch. So you can't really tell. It just looks like a mess of green. More kale, beets, carrots. Over here, got a couple apricots, a pear, more horseradish, Some apricots, wild apple. And then what's over here? This is like another wild area. I still haven't like cleaned it out fully. As you can see in the back, it's just all these dead pines that need to be cleared. When those are cleared, I'm gonna just put chestnuts back there. Just want to grow nothing but chestnuts back there. That's why I'm growing lots of chestnuts in pots. Over here, you see more rows. This is like where the hazelnut area is. I've got 3 rows of hazelnuts in here. It's only about 14 plants. Get down in there, see if we can see them. They're really small, they're like 6-inch plants. Some of the hazelnuts are quite big, like this one over here. These ones are the biggest. This is kind of like one of those shitty video game tutorials, like just some dude sitting down talking. This just looks like shit in here, just really because the goal over here is just to keep these fucking little seedlings alive for long enough. I'm not gonna even try to film this with the drone. Let's see, where else can we go? Let's go over to the blueberry area. It's not like super exciting or anything, but it's pretty cool. This bridge needs to get rebuilt. Yeah, and then over here, we were gonna do like an all-you-can-pick blueberry farm over here. You know, we still might, but yeah, we just got 1, 2, 3 rows of blueberries stretching across the yard. They're little blueberries I got a couple years ago. These blueberries I just put in like last week. And yeah, they're just so small, you can barely even see them. Then next to that, along that bridge, planted a bunch of cranberries. Just planted some more pawpaws in this little area near the pond. But yeah, that's it, you know, and then a lot of shit going on in the greenhouse. Yeah, that's our homestead. Humble. Learning a lot as we go. Over here is the forest garden area. That's where I do the most intensive stuff. All along that tree line on the edge, I've got little baby pawpaws growing in all that area. And as the pawpaws get bigger, I'll start cutting down those trees. So we'll just have a hedge of pawpaws and maybe some other native plants over there. It's my truck. Yeah, I don't know. If this video was useful to you or you have questions, let me know. It's really just an excuse to fuck around with this technology and kind of document where my land project is at. It's fucking a lot of work, but it's fun. And these fucking drones are cool as hell. Like, I never thought I would. Like, it's not like I fly it all the time, but it's definitely like crazy. Like, my kid loves it. Winston loves flying a fucking drone.